Shop update for those of you that care, probably not too many. My Caprice project never took off. It's really sad to me. I really like that build. It's my favorite video I've ever done, and it just dead. The twin turbo Crown Vic, we're upgrading the turbos now. We got intercoolers on it and stuff. The videos on that'll be coming out real soon. I sold my Wrangler, Rubicon Wrangler, the blue one that I did some videos on. I sold that, and it's not because I didn't like it. It's just because I had money tied up in it and I wanted to get out of it. So instead, believe it or not, a GMC Yukon Denali is significantly less expensive and a lot nicer to drive around. So the tracker, that thing needs to go. So we're selling that. I just listed it for $6,000 on Facebook. It's going to be a hell of a deal for someone. If you haven't seen that build, that was a lot of work went into that, and that is going to be a really fun rig for someone. It is ready to go the way it is. Ram Burgundy needs to go. $65,000 for this, or best offer, of course. Everything's always or best offer, but this was a full build, badass truck. This is a luxury tow truck. I don't need it. I have two tow trucks. I really don't need both, and I have a ton of money tied up in this one. Everything's title in hand, so if anyone needs it. I got a Bobcat, a skid steer 953. I have quite a few people interested in it. I don't know how long that's going to be for sale. I'm asking $18,000 for it, which is what I paid. It's a great little skid steer. It's ugly, but that thing is an absolute tank of a skid steer. So why am I liquidating everything? I'm not really liquidating stuff. I'm just selling stuff that I don't really need. And it is kind of liquidating, I guess, but I don't use that tow truck. I drive it like once a month at the most. And then I have another one that is really nice as well. It's not nearly as nice as that, but anyway, I have plans. I want to do I don't want to say it's going to be a pretty big build. And I'm going to have to change my format again. I'm having trouble getting videos to launch. And for those of you that watch all my videos, like, I really appreciate it, but I can't get, like, my Caprice video. It just breaks my heart that video just completely flopped. It's so bad that I keep thinking about pulling it down, going through it again, but the feedback on the video is really good. And I think it's really good too. It's just I can't get anyone to watch it. So anyway, I don't know. A couple other things that we're going to be selling, and it's not because I don't need it. It's because I'm kind of changing how we're going to be doing stuff. Is my wood chipper. So this is an absolute great machine. It's a BC 600. So it's the Kohler 25 horse, I believe. Yeah, 25 horse Kohler engine on it. Really good wood chipper, 6-inch capacity, and human heads don't quite fit in it, but with a little bit of work you can get them in there. I was toying with selling my Ford tow truck instead of Ram Burgundy, but I don't have any money tied up into this truck. I'm pretty much in this thing for nothing, and it's just not worth that much. And it's a great little truck, so I think we're going to come and swap this, so stay tuned for that one. Another thing I'm going to be selling is my HM 130 Max sawmill. So it has a few extra blades, and then the trailer that I built for it. It's a pretty good sawmill. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I'm not an expert in sawmilling, but I don't have time to use it. This thing just sits here under the cover. All right, and so going to my junkyard, I have two running and driving trucks. I have this one, which is an 85, or no, it's a 78 1-ton two-wheel drive. It's a 350. Believe it's a turbo 400, and then obviously a full floater 14 bolt. I got that for parts. If someone wants to restore a truck that doesn't have a single straight panel on it, you're more than willing to make me an offer on it. I posted a short of me getting that running. It had been sitting for years and years, and it ran really well, and people were offended that I was parting it out. So there you go. There's no tailgate, and it is completely trashed. But if you want to make me an offer on it, then go ahead. This is a 6.5 turbo diesel that's seized. Well, it's not seized. I can turn it, but it turns real hard. And an NV 4500. I believe it lost the oil cooler line and spun a bearing. But anyway, this one I got for parts as well. People are again offended that I'm parting out a fairly decent truck. So if this has some sentimental value to someone, it's a leather NV 4500. It's pretty complete and needs a gauge cluster. And then I have this one. This is a 454 automatic, 3/4 ton two-wheel drive. And I got this one again for parts. I'm gonna use the engine. It runs and drives the way it is. It's not the nicest, but it's probably the most presentable and most usable truck that's up here. It's ugly, but it runs and drives. It just needs a battery. I'm not looking to get rid of any of those, but if someone sees one and they just have to have it, make me an offer on it. You can do it in the text, or you can look me up on Instagram, and there's a you can DM me on Instagram. All right, and then last up is this Power Wagon. These were marketed as a Power Giant because it's a 2.5 ton version. It is powered by a 318 poly motor. It obviously isn't running. It hasn't ran in years, but it is complete. So it probably would run, just needs to be cleaned up and obviously get tires on it and do all that fun stuff to get it going again. I paid way too much for this. So unfortunately, I'm going to pass that on to you, or it can just sit there and I will build it eventually on the channel. I think it's really, really cool. It's the poly motors you can convert to a Hemi. You can do an old school style Hemi build on it, which would be pretty cool. Or you could do a come and swap or whatever, which is what I was originally planning on doing. But every time I start looking into it, everything gets out of control on it, and it just kind of sits there. And I got a million projects lined up in front of this one, so it's going to be a while before I can get to it. So look me up on Instagram and shoot me a DM and make me an offer if it's something you're interested in. So full build video on this Ram tow truck. This, I called it Ram Burgundy. It is a 4x4, by the way. If you can't really tell the difference between the two, but this one is 4-wheel drive. There's a full build video on that on the channel. That'll be popping up here in just a second. And then I'll put the playlist for the tracker project up there too, so you can see everything that's done to the tractor if that's something you're interested in. The sawmill, there's a video on. It's actually on my other channel. It's on our farm channel, so that's on Brown's Build Stuff. If it doesn't pop up there, it's because it won't let me, and it'll be in the description below. So just click more down below this video, and then I'll put a link to that one down there. So again, find me on Instagram, or you can look me up on Facebook. I don't do a lot of Facebook, so sometimes I'm a little bit slow on responding on that, but I'm quite a bit better on Instagram. I don't know why. It is what it is. So anyway, like, subscribe, and share this with all your friends who might be interested in one of these things. And we'll see you on the next one.